So today we continue our exploration. It's the third hymn of Dirghatamah, Auchathya to Vishnu. It's a shorter hymn, only 5 verses. But it is an interesting hymn and it adds to our previous exploration. Last time we had a discussion what it could be that Vishnu is increasing the arrow of the sun, which is meant for the soul, for one mortal. And then later I could see that mortal one who is here on the surface of consciousness, who is manifested, has a particular role to play, and he has a portion or some kind of a destiny to fulfill, which is unique destiny, by the way. That is the arrow of the sun. It is not against the soul. It is the soul's mission from the supramental world. And to fulfill that mission, the time and space are needed, that rearrangement of those components which are taken in its essence. And that rearrangement is taking place through Vishnu and Indra and all of those other lower planes spread in time and space. And we can read many such quotations in Sri Aurobindo's other writings. Today I thought, when I saw these people, and I read in the morning what Mother said on supramental manifestation, and when I saw today all this, what is going on and how everybody moves, thinks, feels, I thought that whatever was manifested is legitimate in this world. Legitimate by the very fact of manifestation. And you cannot claim it as not correct or not right, or can say to it that it should not be here, because you have an aspiration for a higher world. Is okay, but you can't belittle that which was already manifested, because if you do that, you deny the evolutionary look, and immediately you cut off yourself from that process and you become a hypocrite. So you have to see that all the elements are emerging and manifesting step by step, and they have their legitimate right. When they become illegitimate, it's quite interesting. When they create their own worlds apart from that manifestation and already resist it and even fight it. And even then, they are for certain purpose to fight that world, to bring it more into manifestation. So in a way, everything has its place. It's such a beautiful vision when you see from the supramental purpose of this creation. So maybe it would explain also what Vishnu is doing in that sense, that he is supporting the growth, and he is not supporting that which is not growing towards the highest. So that's how he is not there for other things in themselves. Yes? There is no Vishnu there. He would not give his sanction or his support or his force of knowledge. So this verse is written, this hymn is written in Jagati. Bhava mitro nasheviyo gharata sutih vibhuta dyumna evaya u saprathah adhate vishno vidusha chid ardhiyah stomo yajnascha radhiyo havishmata Yavpurviyaya vedhase naviyase sumajjanaye vishnave dadashati Auchathya mahato mahi bravat sed u shravobhih yujiyam chit abhyasat tam u stotarach purviyam yatha vida Ritasya garbham janusha pipartana asya jananto namachid vivaktana mahasti vishnu sumatim bhajamahe tamasya raja varunah tam ashvina kratum sachanta marutasya vedhasah dadhara daksham uttamam aharvidam vrajam cha Vishnu sakhivan apornute ayo vivaya sachathaya daiviyah indraya Vishnu sukrite sukritarah vedha ajinvat trishadhasthah aryam ritasya bhage yajamanam abhajat. So bhavamitro na sheviyo dhritasutih vibhutadyumna evayau saprathah adhate Vishnu vidushachid ardhiyah somo yajnascha radhiyo havishmata. Become like Mitra. Bhava mitro na. Yes? Be not like Mitra. Now in Vedic Sanskrit, when you say be Mitra no, yeah? Be Mitra no, that means be like Mitra better than Mitra. It's an interesting comparison. Only in Vedic Sanskrit you have denial. This na means like. Yeah? We translate it as like, better than, not like Mitra, even better. Yes. So it is implied. Not like Mitra means Mitra is no comparison to you what you will become of his quality.
Doesn't the na mean to us?
No, it's stressed. You see, na, and it doesn't have naha. So there's no visarga sound. Naha is usually enclitic for us, which is unaccented. Always post word, and always visarga has to be there. Osu. Become like Mitra for us, like an auspicious friend. Shevya. Shevya is from Shiva. Yeah? It's used only in this particular verse or some few verses. Dear, as a friend. Yeah. Ghrita sutih, to whom the offering of clarified butter or clarity in the mind is prepared. Ghrita is that essence of the milk. Asutih, so to say, is distilled, prepared. Vibhuta dyumna, Vibhuta dyumna, whose light is Vibhuta, is widely becoming, spread, powerful. Evaya. Evaya who moves fast with his fast spreading movements. Saprathah. Evaya is a name usually used for Vishnu. You remember Evaya Marut, and also for Maruts. It's quite interesting. We can see this word here. Evaya, if I put it here today. I already missed it, yeah? Evaya, going quickly, said of Vishnu. And you see this hymn is referred because there is no other reference. There is one more reference, Evaya Marut, which we studied, accompanied or protected by quick Maruts. Evaya, quick. Most probably it's a composition of two roots. Eva is from going, Aya, going quickly. Saprathah, also another word which is also in the dictionary. Nearly every word is in the dictionary. Saprathah, extensive, yes? Whose prath, root prath, to expand. From here, Prithu, Prithivi, the earth who is vast. Yes? Saprathas, wide. Or sometimes even said effective or sounding or shining far and wide. Name of Vishnu, Saprathah, with the vast expansions together with vastnesses. It is his dominant feature. He is the Godhead of the overmind, so he is Saprathah. O Vishnu, Adhate Vishnu vidusha chid ardhiyah. O Vishnu, who has realized, found you, vidusha. I'm translating who has realized you, vidvan, by the one who found you, yes? Adhate Vishnu. Thus, of you, O Vishnu, who has realized you, or who has come to know you, chid ardhiya. So realized ardhiya from root rid. It's used only in this particular verse. Very archaic language. Stomo yajñascha radhiya. So he is using ardhiya radhiya for his verse. Havishmata. Very beautiful sounding of the verse. By him, your affirmation is to be increased here. Stoma, ardhiya, from rid, to grow. Stoma is to be grown by vidusha, by the one who knows you, who found you. Te. Te is enclitic, has no accent here, you can see it. Of you, O Vishnu, stoma, affirmation, must be increased by the one who knows you. Your affirmation must be increased by the one who knows you, who realized you. Yajñascha radhiya, and the sacrifice is to be realized, or I translate it, by him who has prepared the offering, by the one havishmata, and the sacrifice is to be fulfilled. Radhiya, realized. Now, it's quite interesting that this, by the one who found out about you, realized you, the affirmation is to be increased. And the sacrifice is to be achieved by the one who has the offering. What this end is meaningful to me. Why end? Why is not the same? There are kind of two actions within: knowing the Godhead and increasing the Vishnu by affirmation here, and other making an offering and realizing the sacrifice.
Exactly what does it mean?
It's such a vast meaning. There are so many meanings in this meaning. Many meanings. By the one Havishman, who has Havis, who has the invocation, who is calling, who is
Person who is invoking, who knows you.
who is calling for transformation.
He sacrificed.
Yes. The affirmation of that consciousness is to be made by the one who knows it. And the transformation is to be done by the one who calls for it.
That is what the transformation is, the sacrifice.
Yeah. Yes. I think so, at least. That's why cha is used. And by the one who is calling.
Being sacrificed, that very thing has to be transformed.
Exactly. Havishman, the one who has Havis, has something to offer. If you have nothing to offer, only to affirm Vishnu is one thing. But if you are actively engaged, that's why cha is used. That's the sacrifice is separate from stoma. Stomo yajñascha radhiyah. That's why ardhiyah stoma, but radhiyah yajñach cha. Havishmata. So first vidusha. It's quite interesting. So here that stoma, affirmation of Vishnu, is to be increased by the one who knows, and sacrifice to be fulfilled by the one who offers. So you can see two meanings, beautiful. And there is a deep thought in it which I am not even able to unpack, but I feel the depth of it, and it stays there and it has to be contemplated on. It's not in.
It has to be fulfilled by the person who is doing the sacrifice.
Yes, who has something to offer. So by the knower, the affirmation of Vishnu is to be done, is to be increased, and by the offerer, the sacrifice is to be fulfilled. Yav purviyaya vedhase naviyase sumajjanaye Vishnave dadashati. Again it comes. Yojatamasya mahato mahi bravat. Again it comes. Sed u shravobhih yujiyam chit abhyasat. He who brings gifts to him, the ancient and the last, to Vishnu who ordains, together with his spouse, who tells the lofty birth of him, the lofty one, shall verily surpass in glory and his sphere. Even his sphere. He who surrenders Dadashati to Vishnu, the all-pervading Godhead, Vishnave, and his spouse, Sumajjanaye, together with his wife, not only to him, but also to his wife, when he comes with his Shakti, the ordainer, Vedhase, of all things, to the Ancient One, Purviyaya, who was here from the beginning of creation, and who is ever new here. Well, it's very interesting. Yav Purviyaya, you see? Who to the Ancient One, Vedhase, ordainer of all things, Naviyase, to the new one, to the always fresher one, always newer, but the old one who arranged all things. Yeah, Purani Yuvati. Together with his spouse to Vishnu, Dadashati gives himself or surrenders or offers. Yojatamasya mahato mahi bravat, who speaks of his asya, jatam, birth, mahato, of the great mahi, greatness, yo bravat, who speaks of his birth and greatness of his greatness, of him great. Said hu shravobhih yujiyam chit abhi asat. He is overcoming. He indeed should overgrow his kind. Abhi asat. He becomes greater. It's from root as, to be. He becomes greater. Chid yujiyam, as his comrades. Yeah? As his kind. He overcomes his kind. Shravobhih, by the inspirations of knowledge. So the one who surrenders himself. Now before it was the one who knows, affirms, then it was the one who has the offering, fulfills the sacrifice. Now it is the one who gives himself, yes, who completely gives himself to Vishnu, together with his spouse, with his Shakti, and speaks and, how to say, expresses or affirms Bravat here, his birth. That means he speaks of Vishnu being born here. It's something very big, because when Vishnu is born here, it's usually an avatar of some kind. Of the great power of his greatness, of him great. He indeed overcomes or overgrows his kind by these inspirations of knowledge, Shravobhih. Tamu stotarach purviyam yatha vida ritasya garbham janu shapi partana asya jananto namachi dvivaktana mahaste Vishnu sumatim bhajamahe. Him have ye satisfied, singers, as well as ye know, primeval gem of order even from his birth. Ye, knowing even his name, have told it forth. May we, Vishnu, enjoy the grace of thee the Mighty One. It's a very strange thing, and we will look into it now. Him indeed you have promoted here, Pipartana. Now there are several possibilities for Pipartana. Piparti, it is to bring over, to bring out of, deliver from, rescue, save, protect, escort, further, promote, surpass, excel. Yeah? So, him indeed you have. Yes, you can choose what you like.
Promoted sounds very good because
yes, you make him grow. Yes, fulfill him here. Him indeed you have increased or fulfilled or made him grow here. Yeah? Pipartana from root pri, to fill in. Him indeed you filled in. That's what is the meaning. The singers who affirm him here, stotarach, they are filling him in as you have known, realized him. Again the same allusion, as you have known or realized him. Yes, so we come back to this vid. Look at this. Tam ustotarach purviam yatha vida, as you know him, as you realized him. Tam, you affirming him from the before, from the beginning, yes, the great one. Ritasya garbham, the embryo of the truth, of the dynamic truth. Even by birth, Janusha Pipartana, you promote here. Yes? The singers who affirm him here, the singers stotarach who affirm him here, so the seers who affirm him, as you have known, realized him, Yathavida, who is the first embryo of the dynamic truth, Ritasya Garbham Purviyam, no? By his very birth, Janusha. Now it's quite interesting that he is called Ritasya Garbham, Vishnu. We can have a sense what Garbha could mean. That, over mental Garbha, where all the worlds are together still, but they are already moving out. Quite interesting. Ritasya, of the dynamic truth, the embryo of the dynamic truth, the upholder of all the dynamism of the truth, holding it in oneness, in container, yes.
But does it mean here this Superman?
Over mental consciousness. Yeah,
That's the only use, the dynamic truth.
Yes, but Garbham. Not Ritam. Ritasya Garbham. So there is something, a container of Ritam in some way, which is, it's an image. Knowing his name, Asya Janato Nama Chit, you thus have spoken it forth, Vivaktana. And how it is spoken, may we enjoy, share your perfect mind here. Bhajamahe sumatim Vishnu te, bhajamahe mahas. O Vishnu, may we enjoy your perfect mind here, sumatim bhajamahe, O Vishnu, of your vast being, mahaste Vishnu, of that great mahas, yes? From that, or of that Mah, or of you, great Vishnu, may we enjoy it here, this perfect thought. The Mighty One, Mahaste, of you, great.
Mahas also is not Superman? Again,
Yes, in the Upanishads, yes. But not in the Veda. In the Veda, it seems that everything which is beyond illumined mind looks like of that kind. Yes, Indra, Vishnu, they are distinguished in. They are not yet mentally defining these categories or layers or levels. So we demand from them these definitions, and they are not doing it. And maybe they will never do it. But here and there, you will gather some information how these forces relate, because it's more important. I mean, we can know it by already our manifested consciousness here, these flashes which are coming in their essence. We know we cannot operate from our mental consciousness anyhow. So,
It's not for that, it's understanding what is trying to be.
right.
So for whatever reason, the supermind, this supermental manifestation, all these things somehow give some kind of light of hope, which is difficult to get otherwise.
Yes, I agree with you. That's what Mother says on supramental creation. She says it's absolutely new creation. So prepare yourself for absolutely new thing. But then absolutely new, we read here, yes, he is Purviya and he is also Naviyase, Vishnave. So to always new and fresh one. So it comes, it is the flash of the supermind, of a mental creation, is the transition from a supermental light to the manifestation. So, and Aurobindo speaks in this, there is a chapter which is called Supermind and Humanity. A wonderful chapter where he explains how this light comes down and creates perfect mental creation and so on and so forth and down. And he says it can be that mentality itself will change so dramatically under supramental light that it will become a good partner together with supramental light and offering to it certain services. When you read that, you just know that Aurobindo is so vast that there are no dogmas whatsoever, even in this particular regard. That mind also can maintain its own identity, but under supramental light it will change its quality to that extent that it will become always looking at supramental light and offering it its help and service, what it can provide in its own hemisphere. So why not? Why not to imagine that possibility? Then to say, no, it won't be there, mind is too much, there will be only that. This is mental understanding. So knowing his name, that was very puzzling. They speak, they have spoken it forth. What does it mean, knowing his name? They have spoken it forth in this way: of you, great Vishnu, may we share that perfect thought. This is as if his name, as if it is the direct speech. May we enjoy, share your perfect mind here, Sumatin Bhajamaya, O Vishnu, of your vast being, Mahaste Vishnu. It's nearly that what we are now discussing of Sri Aurobindo, supramental light, reaching to the mentality and changing it, that we may share something of your great being here. It may be also something else. It may be that it is only on the over mental level. We can argue mentally, but what does it mean for us? Can we really argue about these things?
Is it also not in a sense because the right thinking is there, that's why his name was found, expressed, it is in the right thinking that the name is. But the right thinking is always used in such a high sense in the Veda, when they have given another image is very high experience, and then they say maybe you are Sumati. It is something very vast.
It's not yet fully clear to me how name is used in the Veda. I think there is something more to it. It's some kind of knowledge of the identity or something. We have known your name, that means, and we express it here in this particular form. May we enjoy part of your vast being here, because we know your identity. Something more than simply knowing the name. Tamasya Raja Varunas tam Ashvina Kratum Sachanta Marutasya Vedhasah Dadhara Daksham Uttamam Aharvidam Vrajam cha Vishnu Sakhivan Apornute. A sovereign Varuna and both the Ashwins wait on this, the will of him who guides the Marut host. Vishnu has power, supreme and might, this I don't know, finds the day and with his friend unbars the stable of the kine. It's also very interesting. Daksha comes here. Dadhara daksham uttamam. Now we see that Vishnu is not only overmental. If he supports Dadhara daksham uttamam, the supreme Daksha, Aharvidam, who knows the days, that Daksha is the, Aurobindo says, the supramental thought, power which distributes all knowledge and all power. That is that highest supramental realm of oneness. That is Daksha, the father of all Godheads. So he upholds Daksha. So how come he can uphold Daksha if he is the supramental oneness? So we go step by step. Tam asya raja varunach tam ashvina kratum sachantam marutasya vedhasach. That action of his, asya kratum, of will, the king Varuna and Ashwin closely associate with. Sachanta, they follow or they support that power or will of Vishnu and enjoy it fully. These are all meanings of Sachanta, of the ordainer and the leader of Maruts. Vedhasach, of the ordainer, Marutasya, of the host of Marut, with long A, Maruta. Maruta is the whole bulk or the whole Gana of Maruts. Dadhara daksham, and that is what is interesting here. For it is Vishnu, the all-pervading Godhead. I am translating Vishnu as all-pervading Godhead from V, the Lord of that expansion, who thus upholds the Daksha, Dadhara daksham, the supreme almighty thought, Uttamam, Dadhara daksham Uttamam, the knower of the days, Aharvidam. And it is Vishnu who is together with his friend, and that must be Indra Vishnu Sakhivan, together with Sakhi, Vrajamcha Apornute, unveiling the hidden stable of the luminous kine. Now this is that hidden in the subconscious cave, all the light which has to be broken by Indra. It is said here that it is him, Vishnu, together with the friend Indra, and we will see that in the next verse it's clearly Indra who is his friend, and he is his younger brother Vishnu when we see it from this below. But here we will see it clearly defined that Vishnu is greater than Indra. So we will go to the last one, and we are finishing actually. Ayo vivaya sachathaya daiviyah Indraya Vishnu sukrite sukritarah. So there is no doubt about these words. Vedha jinvat trishadhasthach ariyam ratasya bhage yajamanam abhajat. Even he, the heavenly one who came for fellowship, Vishnu to Indra, godly to the godlier. That's how he translates, but we will see immediately what it means. Indraya sukrite Vishnu sukritarah. So the translation of Griffith is wrong. Godly to the godlier. It's opposite. Godlier to the godly. To the godly godlier. That's how he should put. He just mixed up. Who maker, throned in three worlds, helps the Aryan man who gives the worshipper his share of holy law. Here it's very approximate, but we will go into detail. So, Ayo Vivaya, who came, who Avivaya, who approached Sachathaya for the this help or to accompany or many more things, to guide. Daiviyah, the divine, I translate Daiviyah. The divine has come here, Vivaya, for the guidance, Sachathaya, for the guidance, as Vishnu Indraya, all pervading God, and to Indra, the Lord of the intuitive mind, I put here now. It's a free translation, interpretation. As to the great one comes the greater one, or as to the perfectly made, sukrite, or doing well, or making perfect, sukritarach, made more perfect, or making more perfect.
Even just the greater without one is also fine.
Yes? Yes, it depends where you put the pause. As to the greater one comes the greater. Or one has to be only once used. As to the great comes the greater one. Oh.
The same phrase just last week was acting in Pururavas. At first, he says, for the first man who called, he who always calls, for that perfect actor, he still acted more perfect. Something of its kind. It's interesting that he fits this phrase.
Yes, it's a kind of vision. And it is somewhere within us, yes? The perfect, to the perfect one, more perfect coming. So to say, the truth is covered by the truth. So, the ordainer, now we will see, Veda, of all things here, who has a triple seat in his creation, Trishadhastha, animates the movement of the noble, Ajinvan, who supports Aryam, the noble, and shares with the sacrifice, Yajamana Mabhajat, or appoints Yajamana to share the portion of the truth, Ritasya Bhage, in the portioning of the dynamic truth. He appoints Yajamana for his enjoyment. This is what Vishnu does.
The triple seats.
Yes, triple seat in this creation. Well, would you like to have many of them? Vital, physical, and mental. This hemisphere, that hemisphere, and world in between. And every level is triple.
Every level is triple.
Yes, physical is triple. There is physical, mental, physical, vital, physical, physical, physical. The movement of the noble Aryan, he moves, he supports the noble and shares with the sacrificer, or appoints Yajamana, who orders the sacrifice, who is agreeing to transform the world, the portion of the truth, Ritasya Bhage. In this Ritasya Bhage, he appoints him for the enjoyment. Well, it's quite clear how it really is.
One goes
Yes.
from getting to him.
Right.
And losing it.
Yes, it's lost with these details, but now it will be, since details are already cleared, we can go through again. Bhava mitrona sheviyo grita sotich. I will read only this, and I have to inquire with Sanskrit, because then become like Mitra for us, like an auspicious friend, Sheviya, to whom the offering of clarified butter, or clarity of the mind, grita sotich, is prepared. It's Bahuvrihi compound, whose light got widely spread, Vibhuta Dyumna, who moves fast with his fast-spreading movements. Evaya u sapratha. We're dwelling on the saprathas. And he is with these, together with these vastnesses, moving fast. Evaya, with light widely spread or established powerfully in the vastness, to whom the clarity of the mind is distilled and prepared, who takes these offerings, this of the clarified butter as the highest possible mental food, who is auspicious to us, Sheviyah, be to us as if mitra, as if consciousness which is measuring out, the divine consciousness which is measuring out all our being. Adhati Vishnu vidushachit ardhiya stomach. And that indeed affirmation of yours, O Vishnu, by the knower of you, should grow, ardhiya, from rid, should ridhiya, stoma. Yajnascha radhiyo havishmata, and the sacrifice should be fulfilled by the one who has the offering or realized. Yav Purviyaya, the one, he who surrenders Dadashati to Vishnu Vishnave, and his spouse Sumajjanai, to the ordainer of all things, Vedhase, to the ancient one, Purviyaya, who was here from the beginning of creation and who is ever new here, Naviyase, who can express the birth of him, Yo Jatamasya Bravat, and greatness of the great, Mahato Mahi. He indeed should overgrow his kind, Yujyamchit Abhyasat, with the inspirations of the higher knowledge, Shravobhi. It is by these Shravobhi which are flooding down that he overgrows his kind, because he offered himself to the growth of Vishnu here and for the sacrifice here. Huh?
The secret of the Veda, even Aurobindo will say sometimes to Shravas, he says the supramental knowledge.
Yes.
That time he used the language.
Inspirational, or that knowledge of that highest inspiration which is perceived by the inner audience. And Tam u Shrotarach Purviyam Yathavida, him indeed you have promoted here, the singers who affirm him here, as you have known, realized him here. Who is the first embryo of the dynamic truth? He is the first embryo of the dynamic truth. Vishnu. Ritasya Garbham Purviyam. By his very birth, Janusha. Knowing his name, Asya Janato Nama, you thus have spoken it forth, Vivaktana. May we enjoy, share your perfect mind, Sumatim Bhajamahe, O Vishnu, of your vast being here. These are the singers. It's a reference to those who did it already, that it is done, it is already known how to do, and we are just, I am doing it, or the one who does it in the same manner. Can be also, embryo can be seen as an offspring, yes, as a first birth, because Janusha, by the birth of that first Garbha. But it can be on the cosmic scale, and can be on the individual scale, who, so to say, fulfill or promote him here in his birth, or by his birth, yes, of that first offspring of Ritam.
First perfect form that God can, like, not perfect, dead. I mean, what I mean is that.
No, Janusha, by birth. It's quite important, the Janusha.
Especially when it translates many times just child for God.
Yes, yes, many times as a child. It's that golden child, or embryo sometimes, embryo and child. So either individual form or more universal. Because our mind can take section by section, we can't. That's exactly how Sri Aurobindo mother describes supramental vision. She says, in the supermind, you see all things at once. And it is so impossible to describe it to the mind. It is like you see here on the lower level, you see as if, also with supramental vision, as if they are veiled. Veiled for the sake of better seeing this now, because mind cannot keep all of them. So we express one by one in such an order, and that is the dynamic truth. It knows how to express it in time, in order to reach that thing what it wants to reach. And it is not so simple, it seems, because it can be messed up, misplaced in some way. So, but how this mind, she says it's even different than that, because even that image is a mental image. So one cannot imagine how it is to see with supramental eyes things.
Also, like a dynamic, actually, circuit can be different, like how it is traveled, like the intervention of grace and all these things.
Actually,
Yeah.
we are seeing it from the time and space.
Yes,
It is
exactly.
It's beyond time and space.
Exactly.
Now the perception itself completely different.
Yeah, but it is formative of time and space. So it is already in the supermind, there is a decision to form it and to bring it down. And because of that, there is a dynamic truth which is difficult to perceive, because it is oneness, but it is different kind of oneness. It's not identity. There is identity within with the oneness. So I've stopped, unfortunately, in the flow. So these first promoters of, or those who affirm him here, as they knew him here, by birth promote this Hiranyagarbha of the dynamic truth, and knowing his name indeed express it. May we enjoy your perfect thought of you great Vishnu, yes, of your greatness, of your vast being, as I translate. Tamasya Raja Varunach, that action of his, Asya Kratum, of that power, will the King Varuna and Ashwins closely associate with and enjoy it fully. I do not know why Ashwins are mentioned here. I have no idea why Varuna and Ashwins suddenly. It might be possible for us to know it after Ashwins, when we will go deeper into Ashwins and see what they really represent. And then we will see, and we know why Ashwins now. And Varuna and Ashwins, such an unusual combination. So that action, the King Varuna and Ashwins closely associate with and enjoy it fully here, of Ordainer and the leader of Maruts. So he is a leader of Maruts, thought energies, Marutasya Vedhasach. For it is Vishnu, the all-pervading Godhead, who thus upholds the Daksha, the supreme almighty thought, the knower of the days, who knows the days within itself. And it is Vishnu who is together with his friend Indra, Vishnu Sukhivan, is unveiling the hidden stable of the luminous kind, Vrajam Apornute.
Does it say he does uphold to, at least that the Marus held Daksha?
No. He is the ordainer of Maruts.
Who does uphold to them?
Yes, he supports the Daksha, Tadhara,
Closely,
Daksha Muttamam.
closely helped by, as far as I understand.
He is the ordainer of Maruts, and he upholds or has upheld Daksha.
Because you have added this das.
Yeah, that
Okay,
Das.
I don't see it even yet.
Das.
who does oppose Daksha.
Okay, you relate it to Marut. No.
And then
In English it is that.
It can be wider context, not necessarily immediate context. So in a way, I feel it justified who thus upholds the daksha in the wider sense, but it might be confusing, then I will remove it. The Supreme Almighty thought, the knower of the days, and I think this is a beautiful epithet for daksha, the knower of the days. It's absolutely fitting in my view, and it is Vishnu who is together with his friend Indra unveiling the hidden stable of luminous kine. That is him by Indra's light. And now, Ayo Vivaya Sachathaya Daiviyah, the divine who came to us for guidance, to Indra Vishnu, to well acting or to perfectly acting, the more perfectly acting one. The ordainer propelled or animated the noble one, being established here on three levels. And in the sharing of the truth, he appointed the Yajamana. Yes, I'm translating only from the Sanskrit, because if I read, it will be something else written. So does it come together? Little bit lost again, yeah?
no, only the last.
And who came, and the divine who came here for the guidance, Vishnu to Indra, the more perfect actor to the perfect actor, the more perfect actor, the ordainer who is seated in three seats of this creation, animated the noble one, and in the sharing of the truth appoints for his enjoyment the one who has the sacrifice. So the one who has the sacrifice is a noble one, yes? The noble one who makes the sacrifice is appointed by him, Abhajat, in the enjoyment of the dynamic truth, and animated forward or made alive.
So the sacrifice is done with that idea.
Yes. Well, that's for sure that, yes. The sacrifice is to share with the higher force this everything.
It also has to go on.
Yes, and the Yajamana who does it, he gets his share of that truth. So when he offers something of the lower kind for the transformation, he gets the share of knowledge. He knows something which he didn't know before. So offering is the way to know.
Sounds good.
Yeah. It's all held in one texture of the hymn. All the terms and all the actions are within one movement. One has to enter into that light texture and stay within it and slowly grow into it, and then it is very natural, and every verse comes after verse is in a meaningful way. It's only when mind tries to explain words, then we are losing that thread. So we covered three great hymns of Dirghatamah, Auchathya, three hymns to Vishnu. These are not easy hymns, and language is looking not very friendly, but when we dwell on it longer, it becomes very friendly and easy to understand. So there will be two more hymns to Vishnu, I think from Vasishtha, and we will take maybe some other hymns to Vishnu with Indra together and Varuna, and see how they play together with deities we know. And then we proceed with other things. I do not know, there were suggestions of Soma, There were suggestions. I would like to finish with Ashwins because these are minor deities without which we cannot see the picture. It's some kind of one bit of knowledge which is missing, and nobody wants to touch it because it's difficult, it's not clear, nobody has clarity on Ashwins, like on Maruts. On Maruts we got something, yes? We were persistently dwelling on them for more than half a year, and we got some perception, and I'm so happy that we did. Because
What is the role of Bhaga?
Bhaga, yes. We did this before, you remember? Aurobindo has beautiful descriptions.
Yeah, that's one full sutta.
He even writes about it when he explains the Vedic language also, that how they use language, because Bhaga means share, but also it means to delight, and deliberately they use the words
Yeah.
to suggest more people to share delight. Linguistic sense about these words.
Ratasya bhage, in the sharing of the truth. Now, look at this. It's not even delight. In the sharing of the truth, abhajamahe. May we be appointed to. So, okay. That's exactly that share which Krishanu does, throwing the arrow in the last hymn, which caused so many interpretations. And that arrow is the share which soul has to manifest here in time and space. It's the whole share. And if you get the whole share in one moment, it is destructive for the manifestation. So it has to be taken care by Vishnu and Indra and infused into time and space and this causality. Otherwise, there will be a destruction of the soul. It's in one moment you get your full realization of all things. And it's impossible. So it will destroy the manifestation. Basically, means it will release you. You will be free from manifestation, but then means all you built, all you were working for will disappear. That's what I think for now. But it makes sense for this mind. Okay, so shall we end with a minute of silence?